Hello, today we're going to be talking about cleaning products. So we have Dawn and Tide. These are two well-known cleaning products for dishes and washing your clothes. So we're gonna get right into it. First is a Tide commercial. So whoop.
Iced tea, stone cold, calling on everyone to turn to cold washing with Tide.
Hello, my name is Ice T. Can you spare a few seconds to learn about cold water washing with
Hi, my name
Tide?
is Steve. Did you know washing in cold can save you $100 a year on your energy bill?
Why wouldn't you turn to cold? It helps the environment.
What? Because Stone Cold said so. Plus, Tide cleans great in cold.
Okay, so in that particular ad, Tide is trying to persuade the audience, which would be anyone who washes their clothes. They're trying to persuade the audience to not only wash in cold water, but to wash in cold water with Tide, um, because it works better. It gets your clothes cleaner, and not only that, but you also save money. So um, that would be the logo: saving your money, saving. Um, I think they said save $100 a year. So when you use hot water or warm water, you use a lot. You have to. It's energy that's being used, and with cold water, it's not as much energy. So when you wash with cold, you save money and you save energy. Um, the ethos, the credibility of Tide. They are a well-known company. They've been around a while. But not only that, the actors they use are well-known actors. Steve Austin, I think he was a wrestler, and then Ice T, he's an actor who is a music artist. And their names, ironically, are match up with the presentation of the ad: cold water washing, Cold Stone, Steve Austin, and Ice T. Um, Pathos. Emotionally, I think this would just be connected to the actors, um, and their names connected. And our next one is Dawn. So, all right. So this Dawn ad, there's the author is Dawn. The audience that is directed toward anybody who washes dishes, really. Anybody who cares about what soap they use and how it affects um, their skin, because when you wash dishes, soap gets on your skin, and how it affect, like, I guess, their dishes too, and how well it cleans. The purpose is to this particular ad. It is from the some background information. I do not remember when the oil spill happened, but when the oil spill happened, Dawn came out with these ads of wildlife that had been covered in oil, and there were volunteers and other people cleaning these animals off with Dawn soap. And the slogan was tough on grease, but gentle on skin. And it basically meant that, it was showing that, these little animals are so helpless, but, Dawn, it's helping to get rid of all that oil that would um, these animals would otherwise suffer and perish if it's not removed from them. So yeah, it was saying that there is no logos in this ad particular. Um, it is all of the persuasion really comes from the pathos. It is trying to get you to trying to connect with you. It says helps save wildlife. So anyone that is really adamant about saving wildlife and nature and everything around that, and people who were really concerned for animals when the oil spill happened, because if you a little science behind the oil spill, when that happened, everyone knows that water and oil do not mix. So when oil goes into water, it just sits on top. So these animals that are underwater or that live in the ocean, they are not getting oxygen. So that would lead to um, a lot of dead aquatic life. So when this commercial came out, it really connected with people who cared about those things. Um, as far as which one is more persuasive, I would definitely say the Tide commercial, because the Tide commercial now it is more current, um, but not just because of that, because people do still care. People do care about wildlife, but just at this time of the oil spill, Dawn would have been more persuasive because of the oil spill. But now, people aren't really talking about that anymore, and um, the Tide, what it has that the Dawn ad did not, it had um a monetary value that people are attracted to, or at least more people are attracted to monetary um, funds and things like that, rather than um, connecting to an ad just because you feel bad for the animals. So that is that's why Tide, the Tide commercial, is more persuasive. It also, I think, having the actors in there, and there's other commercials with Tide that have, um, they talk about like how the NFL uses it and how it gets their jerseys and uniforms clean. People who are fans of the NFL, they're gonna watch it and be like, oh yeah, wherever, whatever, jerseys they have of their favorite NFL player, they're gonna start washing those in cold water with Tide.